once again with a new subtopic before you, modes of vibration of air column. In that one, we are going to know about the end correction. Sir, still this subtopic is not finished? No, still the end correction is there. Means all that factors which we have already observed, that is velocity of sound in air, can be obtained using the resonance tube or these modes of vibration of air column as well as the frequency, but still we are not going to get the correct values of velocity and frequency. So we need some sort of correction, and that correction is the end correction. Okay, but sir, what is this correction? The question arises before you. Very essential and very simple idea, but we cannot observe that. Okay, here it is. End correction, name itself indicate end at the last, and there is a correction. Okay, we know when I'm going to consider one end it is closed, still one end it is open. One end it is open means there needs a one sort of correction. That's why it is known as end correction at the open end. Okay, so what is this phenomena? What exactly is this end correction, sir? What is the correction? The correction is this one. Always antinode it is formed at the open end and node it is formed at the closed end. And when antinode it is formed at the open end, it is not exactly formed at the mouth of the tube, at the end of the tube. It is formed just above the tube. What is the reason? In the plane of a tube, the air which is exist forming one sort of stationary wave pattern inside the tube, the air comes out or the particles of the medium comes out. They are free to move at the mouth. See the diagram. In that one, the particles of the air, when they comes out, they vibrate with another medium in contact, that is air, and they spread out. And that's why the reason is this one. The antinode not exactly formed at the top because it is not free to move at the mouth of the tube. It is just above the tube because we are holding the tuning fork just above the tube, not touching the mouth of the tube. And that gap where antinode is formed is not formed at the mouth, but it is just above the mouth, and that small little bit of correction is known as end correction. Sir, here one thing we'll have to clearly observe, that in case of one end closed, only one end is open, so we have only one end correction. But when both the ends are open, sir, at the top as well as at the bottom side, we have the open. So we need to get two end correction at the uppermost side and the lowest side because both the ends are open. And antinode it is not formed exactly at the mouth of the tube. As it goes at the upper side, the particles of the medium, when they vibrate, they comes in contact with the air medium, they vibrate, they spread out, and that's why the reason is this one. There forms end correction, and antinode it is not formed exactly at the mouth, just above the mouth, and that is end correction. So we need to get that end correction, and we will discuss a practical base initially. We know that when one end is closed, that time what is the equation and how we are going to add the end correction in that one so as to get the correct velocity and the frequency. Okay, so we know very well when the one end is closed, sir, V is equal to 4 n into L, where V is the velocity of sound in air, n frequency, L length of vibrating column. So what is this correction? Correction in the length, because it is corresponding to the length. So the after end correction, the new velocity formula, it is 4 into n into L plus E. Practically, if we observe the resonance tube, the tube in which the vibration it will take place, in which we are going to pass the frequency, that tube is having some sort of radius diameter, okay, radius comma diameter, and that diameter we are going to insert in that one so as to get the end correction. Practically, the end correction of this one can be obtained using the formula 0.3 into D practically. Okay, 0.3 into D. D is the diameter, inner diameter of the tube. Correction is there. Inner diameter, not the outer diameter, because we need to pass a frequency inside the tube. That's why inner diameter we need to consider. So this is your inner diameter, and this is the end correction formula. So new formula, which is most corrected so as to get the correct velocity of sound in air, which is given by 0.3 into D when one end it is closed. Okay. Now, when both the ends open, then what is the end correction? How we need to calculate the end correction when both ends are open? We got the formula already. V is equal to 2n into L. V, velocity of sound in air. N, fundamental frequency. L, length of vibrating column. So here the correction once again, that is 2n into L plus 2e. Sir, 2e? Why it is so? It is e. No, because here two ends are there. Two ends. See the diagram. Two ends means two corrections. When both the ends are open, at the end we have the corrections. So correction at the upper end, correction at the lower end. How many corrections? Two, and that's why 2 into e. So I'm going to write here. Sir, here we know that end correction is equal to, practically it is 0.3 into diameter, that is inner diameter of the tube. So velocity, correct velocity can be obtained when both the ends are open, can be given as L plus, sir, 2 into 0.3, that is 0.6 into E. This is your velocity of sound in air, and this is the velocity of sound in air when the one end it is closed, when both the ends open. When the one end it is closed, what is the formula? Theoretically, we are going to obtain that value, that is E. When one end it is closed, the modes of vibration of air column, and we need to obtain the end correction. So end correction is here. Sir, we know that basic velocity for the different frequencies, if the first frequency corresponding to that one, it is N1 L1. Okay, sir, what about the after correction? It is N1 into L1 plus E, because only one end it is closed and one end it is open. That's a one end. For the one end we have the correction. Okay, sir, for the second frequency it is N2 L2 is equal to N2 in bracket L2 plus E. Sir, both the velocities of sound in air, they are equal? Yes, both are equal. So equating both, that is N1 L1 in bracket N1 into bracket L1 plus E is equal to N2 in bracket L2 plus E. Okay, multiply throughout the bracket by N1. N1 L1 plus N1E is equal to N2 L2 plus N2 into E. Okay, so here it is N1 L1 minus N2 L2 is equal to N2E minus N1E. Sir, if it is taken a common, I am going to get N2 minus N1 into N1 minus N2 inside the bracket. Here remaining factor is N1 L1 minus N2 L2. So we got the final equation of end correction theoretically as E is equal to N1 L1, okay, minus N2 L2 upon N2 minus N1. Sir, can we interchange the position by multiplying it by minus? Yes. So this equation can be also be modified as the equation, that is E can be also be written as N2 L2 minus N1 L1 upon N1 minus N2 by multiplying throughout, that is numerator and denominator multiplying by negative, we are going to get the same formula by just interchanging the position, nothing else. So these are the two equations for the end correction when one ended is closed. One ended is closed. Now we are going to get for the both the ends open the same formula, but the formula will change. The final formula will definitely change because we have the twice the end correction. Okay, you will have to remember the cases when both the ends are open. Now we know the basic formula of a velocity, that is v is equal to 2nl, and considering the end correction we have this 2n into bracket l plus twice the e, because we have the two sides to have the end corrections. Okay, because both the ends are open and antinode it is not exactly found at the mouth of the tube, so we need to have some sort of corrections. That corrections are on the both side of the tube because both sides are open, that's why twice the e. So this is the basic formula. Then v is equal to corresponding to the first frequency, that is n1 into bracket l1 plus twice the e, and v is equal to 2 into n2 for the second frequency corresponding length of vibrating column, it is l2. So we have this. Okay, equating both the equations as the velocity remains equal or same. So 2n1 is 2n1 into bracket l1 plus 2 into e is equal to 2 into n2 into bracket l2 plus 2 into e. So these two to get cancelled. So multiplying n1 l1 plus twice n1 into e is equal to n2 l2 plus twice n2 into e. Okay, so n1 l1 minus n2 l2 is equal to, if 2e it is taken a common in bracket, already we have this n2 minus n1, this side it is taken, that is plus become minus, 2e common. Okay, so n1 l1 minus n2 l2, okay, divided by these 2 and n2 minus n1, that is n2 minus n1 into 2 is equal to e. This is your end correction. So either I am going to modify this equation multiplying numerator by minus and multiplying denominator by minus, the sides get interchanged, and new equation it is e is equal to n2 l2 minus n1 l1 divided by 2 into bracket, interchanging the position, n1 minus n2. Okay, this is your end correction value. But the uses, last subtopic of the modes of vibration of air column, in that one we have the limitations of end correction. Hence this topic going to be finished now. And the first limitation, that a tube we are going to utilize in the resonance tube or vibrating column, it must be uniform. That is one of the disadvantage we say. It must be uniform. The inner diameter throughout the length, it is constant. Okay. The second limitation, that we consider the airflow outside the tube, it is not considered, so it is neglected. The third one, that the temperature of the air flow outside, actually the temperature outside the resonating column tube, it is not considered, so it is also neglected. And the last but not the least, that we must hold the tuning fork exactly horizontal, exactly above the tube, exactly at the above the tube, and exactly above the tube at the center of the tube. Okay, this is the fact where we are need to consider these 4 points as the limitations of this theory. Okay, thank you.